Today on Thrifty Whiskey, the guys will be doing a blind review of James E. Pepper 1776 Rye. James E. Pepper 1776 Rye is a straight rye whiskey from the James Pepper Distilling Company and is distilled in Indiana. It has a mash bill of 95% rye and 5% malted barley, is unfiltered, and aged for at least 3 years. This bottle comes in at 100 proof. We paid the average retail price of $30 for our bottle. As always, your prices may vary. Enjoy.
Thanks, Joyce. Let's see what you poured us.
That is weird. Not banana oil.
I'm getting a mixture between Canadian and bourbon.
I'm getting a woody note too.
Yes, there's something like an oak wood presence here.
You said oak. I think I'm getting like a cherry.
Taste that.
Taste that now.
Taste it now. Oh, way more robust than the nose is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. But why were you pushing me to taste it now?
Because it's holy crap.
So
is
we
good.
can
Discuss it.
rave over it.
That is a punch.
Yeah, it is.
But it's good.
Yeah.
There is so much there. Wood, tannin, spice. There's a little bit of cherry.
Oh, a lot of cherry for me. That was the main thing for me. It was like a cherry, candy, creamy. Not super creamy.
Not creamy. I'm not getting creamy. I'm getting getting like
the
cherry chip, like wood cherry chip. Cherry wood chips smoke.
Cherry caramel.
Okay, yeah. That is robust, but smooth.
The wood notes on the palate are the most interesting to me because it's like a variety.
Yeah.
And it's an interchanging variety.
And that finish. That's a nice, long,
Oh, yeah.
semi-complex finish.
Yes. But those wood notes, it's like you're tasting cherry wood, and then you're tasting oak, and then you're tasting walnut, and then you're tasting black walnut, and then you're tasting abbreviated, but just enough to keep you intrigued.
That palate is just like wowing me right now.
Yeah, it is.
Part of the problem is that the nose is not that robust.
No.
And so like you smell it and you're like, okay, yes, it's gonna be fine. And you taste it and you're like, wow.
It's not robust, but it's also very complex. The nose is very complex.
See,
So
the
it's
nose I didn't think was that complex. I thought it had a couple of light notes.
Yeah, that's how
I
I feel.
thought it had a lot of light notes that we were trying to decipher, and then that palate just think again.
I'm starting to get a slight herbal note, like a juniper hibiscus. And you really
I can see hibiscus, yeah. I'm on a couple of drops.
I'm going to say oregano.
I do see the hibiscus. Almost florally herbal note.
I'm seeing that herbal note on my palate now. Like it's going from that cherry to more of an herbal.
It's definitely herbal, but I'm going to say oregano, maybe thyme.
Let's go ahead and move on to our ratings. Our viewers want to know what we think of this whiskey on a scale of 0 to 5 on nose, palate, and finish.
This is going to be the most all over the board ratings for me. I've got nothing, actually. I've got no ratings, no guesses. On the nose, I'm giving this one a 2.
Ooh.
I didn't find anything particularly exciting in the nose. None of the notes really stood out to me. There was only a couple that I was even picking up on. It was just kind of a, it's their nose. But the palate. I do not think I've ever had a palate that has been so just instant punch, complex, just like, wow, that is good and well-rounded and bold. I'm giving this one a 5. I'm going to give it a 3.5 on the finish. It was definitely overshadowed by that palate.
I found the nose to be excitingly complex. I found this nose to have something for everybody, which means that I'm going to give it a 4. It was not over the top. It was not overwhelming. It was slightly light, like you said. And then I'm going to jump right into the palate and give the palate a 4.5. Again, it was just as equally complex, but the complexities kind of bounced off of each other. Not necessarily what you were getting on the nose, you were getting on the palate. You were, just at different phases. It bounced around so much, almost like if you've ever played Pong, now I'm really revealing my age. If you've played Pong and you have that ball bouncing around so quick, that's what I was getting off of this palette.
I think Pong's just a classic.
It's a classic game, but I actually played it when it came out. I found that to be so exciting because it was like, what am I going to get next? And man, I don't want to miss the ball when it comes back. And then the finish was, again, equally complex. And again, it was like that bouncing ball. And this is just a great every person's whiskey. It just hits every flavor profile that I think everyone would like. I'm going to go with a 4 on the finish.
I am definitely more in line with Keith on the nose. I think there is a good nose here, but I don't think it's as good as Keith says. I'm going to give it a 3.5. It was not robust enough for me. I think the palate's amazing. Getting 4.5 on the palate. I'm giving it a 4 on the finish. That's our ratings. We're going to move on to our guesses. Our viewers want to know what we think the type of whiskey this is. They want to know what proof we think this is. They want to know what we pay for it and what retail is.
Oh, that is definitely a higher proof.
What is this?
I'm going to go with a 90 proof Pennsylvania rye. $16, and I would definitely pay up to 20. Scratch that, 25.
This is an 86 proof whiskey. No, you know what? I think this is
From
an
which
86.
nation?
I think this is an 86 proof. I think this is the greatest Canadian I've ever tasted.
Okay.
It might be.
I almost truly believe myself that this is the greatest Canadian I've ever tasted. It's an 86 proof Canadian. I think this retails for 16, and I would pay 26.
All right, so this is where my multiple choice comes into play. I think it's a 100 proof rye. I think it is retailed for $30. Honestly, for this rye, I would pay $30. I think this is a darn good rye. Best rye we've had. We'll find out what it is.
Yeah.
That's my guesses. Let's find out. This is James E. Pepper Rye.
You knew what it was.
I did.
Oh, the name is Pepper. Okay. I was
James?
thinking it was a pepper rye.
No.
Okay.
This is James E. Pepper, 1776,
Rye.
Straight Rye Whiskey.
I love that bottle right off the bat.
Yeah.
It gets the whole New World America whiskey bottle.
Yeah. You say this is a $30 bottle?
Yep.
Lexington, Kentucky, but distilled in Indiana. Definitely not Pennsylvania.
Correct. Well, the producer is the James Pepper Distilling Company, but the distiller is MGP, or whatever the new name is. I haven't learned it, but let's call it MGP from Indiana. Quick note, though, really interesting thing about this bottle is that it is unfiltered.
I was going to point that out if you didn't.
Obviously, there's going to be filtering to filter out bits and pieces. There's no chill filtering done to this.
Yeah, you have to get the impurities out.
As far as ratings from on the web, Distiller gave this an 86 and Whiskey Advocate an 87.
I just don't know if $30 is a solid buy for me. I like the bottle. I like the look. And I'm thinking that I might pay the extra $5 for shelf appeal.
I was paying 26 when this was a Canadian in my mind.
Yes.
So, for something made in the US,
Yeah.
for something that's not Canadian, yeah, I'll pay that $30. There's so many other whiskeys. I could almost buy 2 bottles of Evan Williams Bottom Bond for that.
But this is a very,
This
very,
is a very good
rye.
whiskey. Honestly,
Let's talk about rye. So
one, it's a rye. I don't have any ryes. This could fill that spot on my shelf.
if you like rye, get this.
Absolutely.
If you do not like rye, this is a pass.
Honestly, even if you don't like rye, this is worth trying.
So bar. To use
This is a
Danton, to use our friends over at Those Dremianzer's rating system.
I would ask for this for my birthday. I don't know that I would pay for it, but I would use my
You'd expect somebody else to.
I would use my birthday wish for this.
Maybe you like rye.
I do like rye.
And I think even looking at our past videos, I have not been the biggest fan of rye. I liked this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like rye. And I gave it the worst ratings of all of us.
And you shot down Sazerac.
I tried bumping.
I did. I did
Yeah,
not like
you
Sazerac.
really shot down Sazerac.
As the person who paid for it, I am not disappointed with my $30 purchase.
You're right. I think that's a good metric. I would have no problem buying this for $30. I would not regret it one bit.
Despite our ratings, I think we do give this a buy or try if you like ryes. Like, at least try it.
If you like rye, I think this is a buy. If you don't like rye, I think this is a try.
If you like a fancy looking shelf, this is a buy.
If you like ryes, go check out our rye playlist. Check out the Sazerac rye video. linked somewhere around here. And until next time, may the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be the other guy who says, "This drink's on me."